What's up? Hopefully, your day is going better than mine. if you're watching, I feel miserable. I have a awful pounding headache. It's hot as fuck in the house. And I don't know why. The worst thing is going to sleep and waking up with a headache, because you're not tired enough to just try and sleep the headache away. You know what I mean? Like if you're tired and you have a headache, you're just like, oh fuck it, I'm gonna knock out for the next 4 hours and let it pass while I dream of, you know, flying habaneros, you know, shooting aliens in outer space. Because headache dreams are always weird as fuck. Let's be real. But yeah, I took a nap. Woke up with a headache and now I hate everything. So I figured I'd play some Endwalker. It's gonna be role quests and then into how much MSQ I can stomach. I don't know how much I can stomach. How I'm gonna be doing role quests is, and this is at the recommendation of the director, so I do want to follow the team's vision, but the moment a quest, or the moment the role quests, or the moment the MSQ match and the role quest match in level is when you're supposed to do them. So once I hit the first level 86 MSQ, I'll be doing all five of the 86 role quests, and so that's why I'm doing all 5 of the 85 role quests right now, and then I'll go like that, so on and so forth, until I finish role quest level 90 for all 5. It's kind of annoying leveling up jobs for the role quests. Not all of the jobs. I like playing DPS and I like playing healer. I absolutely fucking hate playing tank, and I've learned that about myself recently. I genuinely hate tanking. So that is kind of a hurdle, not gonna lie. But as a hurdle, it is a hurdle I must fight through for lore. So I understand why they do it. You know, they do it because it's nice to have some kind of incentive to get people to play the content you worked on. You know, put more tanks in queue, put more healers in queue, because the lore heads like me are gonna play tanks and healers, and you know, it shortens queue times. You know, and that is ultimately the most important thing when it comes to a multiplayer game. Short queue times. I'm like, I mean that genuinely. It just sounded sarcastic because I feel miserable. So I get it. I hate it, but I get it. I'm gonna start playing. I don't know how long the quests are gonna be. I mean, it's just one for each role. It's probably not gonna be too long, but we'll see. If I have time to do any MSQ, I will. I'm kind of excited to see Reen, so I'll see if I can squeeze it in. But let's get started. Hi, I'm dying. Physically and mentally. Let's get into it. You can see I've been playing Gunbreaker. I decided to switch to Gunbreaker because I think it'd look cooler for the cutscenes. Like, I feel like, I mean, ideally I'd do Warrior, but my Warrior's only like 60 something, and I honestly don't want to wait that long to do role quests. So Gunbreaker fits Haze pretty well. I think it'll look nice in the cutscenes when he pulls it out. If he pulls it out, I don't know. Paladin is what got me interested in tanking, but I think my tastes have since diverged after playing all of them. I still like them all more than Dark Knight. Dark Knight is probably my least favorite one to play, but Paladin just doesn't really speak to me as much as it used to. So I will actually be doing the... I don't know what order I want to do them in, to be honest with you. I want to end with Ninja. So I'll be doing the melee DPS. I'll be doing the melee DPS last. But as far as the others, I really don't know what order I'm going to do them in. Isn't there a door here? Am I stupid? Oh, no, it's further down. I am stupid. This will be interesting, though. I'm excited. I can't really express it right now, but I am excited to finally, you know, see what's going on in the rest of the world. Oh, Yoshida also recommended that I mute mount music, and I'm pretty sure I have mine muted just because, like, you know, mount music is kind of annoying sometimes. But yeah, he said to mute mount music as well while progressing through the role quests. So I will be keeping them off. Give me one sec. Alright. I mean, I guess I could start on tank, get it out of the way. Right? I don't know, I'll do tank, a DPS, a healer, a DPS, and then I'll end with maybe I should do a DPS, a tank, a DPS, a healer, and then end with my main. So that is what I'll do. I'll start with Bard. Hopefully there's no decent story order. The Shadowbringers role quest had a nice flow as far as the ending cutscene in each one. So I did it in that order, but I think with these you could just do them in any order. Seeds of Disquiet, we're going to Doma. The Doman delegate is seeking able-bodied adventurers on behalf of Lord Hien. Let me just make sure the volume is good. Alright, it sounds good to me. Just gotta turn down on my headphones. Do mine eyes deceive me? Master Hayes. Oh, thank the Kami. Lord Hien has requested assistance in the resolution of a most urgent matter. The hunt for a fell beast believed to be a blasphemy. Though we have made great strides in ensuring the safety of our people, we fear even our finest shinobi will be no match for this enemy. For it commands the skies of Doma. Oh, cool. But as your talent for striking down foes at a distance is beyond compare, I can think of no one better to aid us in overcoming this adversary. Oh, Kami be praised. I shall inform Lady Yugiri that she may receive you at the Doman Enclave. Safe travels, Master Hayes. Alright, let's go speak with Yugiri. Oh, Doman Enclave, right? Oh, it's cheap. Why is it cheap from here? What? Hold on, I gotta look into that. It's literally the other side of the planet. Right? Thavnair is over here. No, that's Charlene. Hold on, where's Thavnair? Is it in here? Oh, I guess it is. Thavnair's right next to Garlemald? That doesn't make sense. Oh, there it is, right there. Okay, I guess that makes a little sense. That makes sense. Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys. I'm in so much pain. I took some medicine. I don't feel like it's taken effect yet. It is good to see you, Hayes. When I received word that you of all people had answered our call, I could scarcely believe it. Yet, here you are. Lord Hien will be pleased for this reunion. If you would wait here a moment. It's the homie. Well, well, that the Kami should guide your steps to our door once more, and with such fortuitous timing. Pray forgive me for not affording you a hero's welcome, but time is not on our side. Not long after receiving word of men transforming into hideous beasts in Thavnair, a similar creature was born of a woman in Asari. After attacking another villager, they took to the skies and fled, though to where we know not. An all too cruel twist of fate. The one slain was among the prisoners returned to us in that deplorable exchange with Asahi and the Empire, just when they had at last begun to piece their life back together. This blasphemy must be stopped. Alas, our foe was wont to keep to the skies, well beyond the reach of our samurai and shinobi. Thus did we seek the aid of those proficient in rage combat, able to pluck the beast from the heavens. Of course, martial prowess alone will not solve our problems. Others have turned into weaker, but no less gruesome abominations, as was the case in Thavnair, and their numbers increased by the day. From what I understand, this phenomenon is not unlike a sickness which spreads by feeding on fear and anxiety, emotions which, of late, can be found in abundance. Slaying the beast means nothing if the people's hearts cannot be put at ease. Lord Hien! You have to help. The villagers, they... Sir, please, calm yourself and tell us what happened. Another has been turned in Amai, my lord. For a blessing, no one was harmed when the beast flew into a rage, but the people are in a panic. I fear what may happen next. It would seem we have even less time than I thought. Worry not, we will see to the beast. As of yet, there is no cure for this affliction, but we will save what lives we can, I promise you. I trust you are ready to join the fray? It was last seen near the glittering basin. Come, I will show you. This is cool. I'm kind of curious to see the different types of blasphemy. I think a lot of what excited me the most about the role quest, no, minus the lore. Obviously, the lore is the most exciting thing, but it was just fighting the different Sin Eaters, you know, and learning more about them and like the stuff they've done, not like when they were human, but as Sin Eaters. You know, like I think my favorite one, for example, is the healer one, where she's going around like resurrecting Sin Eaters because, like, you know, healing and resurrecting things was kind of like the most important thing on her mind when she died. I like that. The beast was right here. I swear it. I thank you for leading us here, but it is not safe. Please return to your village. We should split up if we're to have any chance of finding it. Hayes, would you see to the west? I will search in the north. Yugiri, I leave the rest the east to you. Find it, remember. These blasphemies are no longer people. They will not hesitate to strike you down, so you mustn't either. Now, let us not waste any more time. So it's down here by this house. This destroyed house. Oh shit. See, am I not crazy? They look like Void Sun, man. This is one of the monkey Void Scent from what is it, Amdapor? Amdapor Hard? You alright? Are you alright? We heard shouting and came as fast as we could. It would appear Hayes arrived not a moment too soon. Why? Why did you kill my brother? Ooh. I'm sorry. Your brother. Young man, that creature was not your kin. Not anymore. Had you not laid it to rest, it would have killed you and countless others. Jeez, Hayes looks so dejected, man. But if your heart cries out for one to blame, let it be me. The beast was slain at my behest, for it was the only way. No! No, you're wrong! You killed him! Murdered him! I hate you! Is that the homie? I forgot his name. Issei. What are you doing here? It is the homie. Searching for Tanbo, though you clearly found him first. The monster was his older brother, as you may have guessed, and Tanbo gave chase the moment it ran off. I beg you forgive him for his outburst. His brother was all he had left. Father was conscripted by the Empire and was, regrettably, not among those returned to us in the recent exchange of prisoners. Damn. The hope they might one day be reunited was their only comfort when that... What? That's a weird sentence. The hope that they might be one day... The hope they might be one day... Oh my god. The hope they might one day be reunited was their only comfort when the Viceroy still ruled. I can only imagine how they felt when she walked into Isari, a shadow of her former self. Oh, they're talking about, Yotsuyu. Suyu may have had no memories of the monster she was, but her victims still see her in their dreams. Nevertheless, like many, the brothers prayed your mercy would see their family restored. But then they learned of her death, and of their father's absence. Deprived of hope and of hate all at once, they had nothing. My apologies for rambling. No, it was a rather enlightening tale. I spared the woman who brought him pain, and took the brother who brought him comfort. I would hate me too. I swear I will set things right for Tanbo, for all the people of Doma. Please return home, Issei, and be safe. Let us return to the Doman Enclave. This ordeal has given me much to consider. Oh, that's it? Okay, well. I thought it was gonna be a bit more of a, you know, crazy start to the role quest, you know what I mean? Like, aw shit, you know, it's going down. There's a bunch of blasphemies terrorizing people. Hayes, run around and, you know, save everyone. And then we try to figure out how to take out the big monster. There's nothing wrong with, like, this, but, you know, I just wasn't expecting it to be so simple to start. Hey, what's up, Sin? How you doing, bro? I owe you a great debt for your timely assistance, and an apology, for I've made you an executioner in young Tonbo's eyes. Would that I had been the one he witnessed cut down the beasts. Would that I had been the one he witnessed cut down the beasts his brother had become. But we haven't time to dwell on regrets and what should have been. No, we need to take action. After hearing of Tonbo and his brother, I believe I know what must be done. A great many of our brothers and sisters were returned to us in the prisoner exchange, but even so, there are those who yet remain lost to us. Meanwhile, Yotsuyu, who was directly responsible for much of her people's suffering, was never held to account for her crimes. In death, she claimed vengeance for her suffering at the hands of her brother, but it came at the expense of justice for her countless victims. The people of Doma have every right to resent me for failing them in their grief. What of those who cannot bring themselves to do even that? Who are left alone with their anger and their pain? May well give way to despair, and then... Oh! It may well give way to despair, and then... I thought that was still Hien reading. It would share the same fate as Tonbo's brother. Yes. Which is why we must needs consider who else might share in his anguish, and we find ourselves beset by more beasts. I will begin making rounds of the villages to inquire after those whom their neighbors believe are more distressed of late. Very good. I and the other shinobi shall continue our search for the blasphemy which set these events in motion. And you, my friend, we will have need of your talents again ere long. Rest assured we will keep you apprised of our findings. Alright, next one will be level 86. Alright, so next, I'm gonna do tank and get it out of the way. Fortunately, going from Thavnair to Ulthard isn't too expensive. Because that would actually suck. I guess I can teleport there. Yeah, the role quests, like the 85 ones anyway, don't seem like they'll take too long, so it might be able to fit in some MSQ. Shrouded in Peril. So tank is Gridania? Interesting. I figured tank would be like Ul'dah or something. You know, I guess what they're doing is they're trying to make you cover the weaknesses of the different cities. So I guess it does make sense to have a tank for Gridania, considering they have DPS and healer there. I mean, Doma, I guess Doma is just, you know, let's put the last one there, but let's see, Ul'dah is... Oh, there is none for Ul'dah. I guess Ul'dah and Alamigo are going hand in hand. Alright, so healer. Okay, that makes sense, right? Because Ul'dah has tank and DPS. Ishgard is magical. I guess that's another one where it's just, you know, just put it somewhere. And then Laminza is melee DPS, which, you know. I mean, I guess Laminza has tank and healer. So, I guess that makes sense. I have come on behalf of the Twin Adders to enlist the aid of accomplished fighters. Small folk cower in their homes for fear of an unprecedented threat to the Twelves Wood. A blasphemy. It strikes quickly and with deadly precision before returning to the shadows whence it came. Try as we might, we have yet to devise a means to track it, much less slay it. Several brave souls search for it even now, but their chances would improve greatly if they had a stout protector by their side. Judging by your reputation, I dare say you're precisely the man we seek. What say you? Will you serve as the shield that stands between Gridania and certain doom? I will take that as an enthusiastic yes. Make haste to the Adder's Nest and report to my superior. All Gridania shall pray for your success. To the Adder's Nest. See, my favorite thing about the main cities is just seeing people walking around. Like, I would love to see the other, like, DLC cities like populated like this. Our liaison at Radzenhan sent word of your arrival, but I can still seriously believe our luck. I don't think I've ever heard this song. It's really good, actually. Our liaison at Radzenhan sent word of your arrival. Hold on, let me look at the camera real quick. Okay, it's good. Sent word of your arrival, but I can still scarcely believe our luck. Are you truly here to help us bring this wicked blasphemy to heel? There is hope for us yet. I shall fetch the Elder Seeds at once. She is leading the hunt, and I'm certain she'll be most eager to see you. I think what I'm gonna have to do when I get like current, and I mean like current with FF14, like I don't think I'll be able to do it before Dawn Trail's release. But I mean like after Dawn Trail, like I finished 6.0 and I'm just waiting on patches, or 7.0 and I'm just waiting on patches. I think I kind of want to switch Grand Companies, and I want to level up my Grand Companies all the way. And then I don't know if I can go back to the Maelstrom and keep the same level that I had, but I would like to actually go through and max out every Grand Company eventually. I think that could be fun. Because there's like exclusive stuff based on the one you pick. You know, I mean, like it's trivial stuff. It's not like it's, you know, crazy things that people are like tripping over themselves for. But I do want to get it all, you know. So, well, glad am I to welcome you in good health and good spirits, Hayes. On behalf of all Gridania, allow me to thank you for rising to our defense yet again. You will forgive me for eschewing further formalities, as time is of the essence. I shall share with you what little we know of this elusive scourge. Following the events in Thavnair, we received a report that an unidentified man had fallen into fits on the road before transforming into a beast most foul. A blasphemy, we soon determined. Eyewitnesses to subsequent attacks spoke of patterns on its skin reminiscent of heavy chains, and thus we have named it Glepnir for the creature of legend. Oh, that's cool. It emerges from the brush without warning, bringing destruction and tragedy to those unfortunate enough to be near. Ere we can respond, it retreats into hiding, leaving no trace for us to follow. The elementals cry out for us to rid the forest of this wicked presence. Yet even if we tracked it to its lair, I fear besting the beast would be no simple matter. The wounds of Glepnir's victims are tainted by corruption. We can but conclude that the fiend's fangs, claws, and horns are all imbued with a powerful poison. The smallest scratch sends the afflicted into fits, and death soon follows. Mayhap you know of the creeping death. The effect of Glepnir's vile poison bear more than a passing similarity to the symptoms of that deadly plague. It swept through the Twelvewood many years ago. The sick found their skin covered in chain-like patterns, and spent their final moments in excruciating pain. Really? It was long before I came to Gridania, but people still speak of it with dread. Is it true that the disease spared not a single here? Very nearly, yes. Before the remainder were taken, we were able to devise a cure from the Glimshroom. Slow though it was, the scars of this tragedy could then begin to heal. I wonder if that's like some 1.0 stuff. Glepnir threatens to reopen old wounds, I fear. Yet despite the similarities between the blasphemy's corruption and the creeping death's marks, it is unclear how these two phenomena are related, if at all. Both conjury and white magic have failed to abate the poison spread. To confront Glepnir now would place our soldiers at risk of grievous injury. Forgive me, Elder Seeds here, but this appears to be urgent. What? Again? Glepnir has struck once more in the North Shroud. The Whalers... Let me start over. Glepnir has struck once more in the North Shroud. The Whalers came too late to see the beast themselves, but the man it attacked yet lives. They are bringing him to Fallguard Float as we speak. Why? We must meet them there. Will you accompany us? Will you accompany us, Hayes? Ethelmere should be able to apprise us of the details upon our arrival. A blasphemy has attacked a person, sending them into pure despair and agony. Let's bring them into the city. Okay, Gridania. Oh, Ictian's up? That's cool. I don't have to do it though. That's cool. Oh, Fall Guard float. Sorry. Okay, my bad. I'm a big old mess right now. This is one of my favorite areas in the game, I think. I wish... I remember getting to this point in the MSQ, in A Realm Reborn, and being, like, you know... Man, this game is so fucking beautiful. Like, I think getting to this spot in the game was kind of where I knew I was gonna keep playing. Elder Seedseer, you honor us with your presence. Cannot thank you enough for coming all this way. Given the dire circumstances, I would not leave this to another. Where is the wounded man? Outside of the bobbing cork, being attended to by one of our healers. He's a capable healer, but I worry this is beyond his abilities. I shall do all in my power to aid him. I, in turn, may have need of your assistance as well. I ask that you stay close. Both of you. Yeah, I don't know how they could do this, but it'd be kind of cool to incentivize players to, like, stand around in some of the other areas. Like, it'd be kind of cool to just see players, like, here, you know what I mean? Not, like, in this building, but, like, you know, just walking around Fall Guard Float or whatever. But see, I keep basing it off of... how pretty I think an area is, right? I'm not really saying that about some of the other areas, so... You know, maybe my idea is stupid, but... Like, it'd be cool if this was, like, an actual, like, important hub area. In some way. You know, kind of like, kind of like where you do Palace of the Dead, right? Quarry Mill. Like, that place is relatively inconsequential, but you see a lot of players there and, you know, just hanging out and whatnot. It's nice. That he survived his encounter with Glepnir speaks to his fortitude. I know not if he can be saved, but if we can at least allay his suffering, we must. He clings to life, albeit barely. Let's try to ease his pain. He's a hardy soul, but I'm utterly at a loss. While I manage to heal his wounds, the poison lingers. I fear the worst is yet to come. When I removed his clothes for treatment, I recognized the chains. If this is indeed the creeping death, do not lose heart. I shall spare no effort. Rest for now. I shall spare no effort. Rest for now. You may have need of your talents again ere long. Chigoes, man! Chigoes! A bloody swarm of them! They came from the east gate. Chigoes are known as carriers of the creeping death. The villagers are on edge. If they think the Vilekin harbingers of another plague, they may panic. The villagers are on edge. If they think the Vilekin harbingers of another... Oh, if they think the Vilekin harbingers of another plague, they may panic. Gotcha. Praise you to the Chigos. I shall remain here with the victim. Is it Chigos? I think it's Chigoes. Or Chigoes. Right, because one is just called a Chigoe. Yeah, we're near Alder Springs. A whole swarm of them. Like an army getting ready for war. Bringing the creeping death like as not. Folks have been dropping dead with no rhyme or reason. No, I'm not about to join them. No, sir. I'm running back fast as my legs could carry me. Were you bitten? I will show you to a hero or so. Not a single hole that doesn't belong, you can be sure. You'd best do something about that swarm, though. Would that we could, but keeping the gate manned is our priority, and we have not the numbers to spare for a hunting party. By the time whaler reinforcements arrive, it may be too late. We'll deal with the Chigoes. The one who calls the greater number owes the other a flagon of ale, aye? I commend your bravery. Godspeed, and don't get bitten. I'll be fine. I'm the warrior of fucking light, man. Oh, I thought that was a hunt. I was gonna do that real quick. I'm here to help. Yeah, see, one is called a Chigoe. Swarm? Okay, yeah, swarm. You alright, man? "12 be praised. And you! I've come bearing a cure for the creeping death, but it's of little use against actual death." Aye, that's why I've come. I heard tell of a man suffering from uncommon pains at Fallguard Float. Since an opportunity for philanthropy, and a touch of profit, I'll admit. But if what you say is true, his condition demands a much swifter pair of feet than mine. Could you bring the medicine to him in my stead? No need for payment this time, of course. Sure. You saved my life, and what good turn deserves another? I only hope the cure works as well as purported. As for me, I'll be on my way. Think of any vial can I spy a wide berth. Alright, good luck, man. It's not safe in these streets. Thank you for calling the Chigoes. Alas, our patient's condition has yet to improve, and it is all we can do to keep him from succumbing to the poison. I know this medicine. It was once used to treat the creeping death. Given his symptoms, it may well prove effective here as well. If this is 1.0 stuff, it would have been cool, like, with a legacy character, to kind of see references. It works upon the body quite quickly, as I recall. I... Hold on just a little while longer, my friend. The medicine will soon relieve your pain. I don't... It hurts. It hurts. Ah! Why? Why? The man shrieks, die in his throat as his body is racked by violent convulsions. He then falls still and quiet, as if his breath was snatched from his chest. Shit. "12, have mercy. At the very least, his suffering is over. Had it been quicker to deliver the medicine, would he have lived? I think it was the medicine that did it. Nay, I think not. He was doomed from the moment the poison entered his blood, as will be others if we do not soon gain an understanding of our foe. Let this tragedy not be in vain, but serve as a lesson. For the effects of Gluttony's corruption resemble the creeping death. It is clear that the two share little less in common. The poison burns through the body more quickly than any disease. Too deadly is it to be borne by creatures so fragile as Chigoes, or any other besides. And that is one less possibility the people need fear. It's a shame a life was lost, but this knowledge may help us ensure that others are not. Spread word, but do so with delicacy. These troubled times, fear and despair can drive even the goodliest of souls to desperate ends. Gluttony is the only blasphemy known to us in Gridania, for now. We must do our utmost to stop him from sowing further discord. Understood, Elder Seetsier. I'll give this man a proper burial before sharing what we've discovered. Ascertaining Glepnir's whereabouts is still a primary concern. Let us return to the Adder's Nest, for information shall be our most reliable weapon in the days ahead, and there is no better place to acquire it. Damn, man. These are extremely rough. I shall speak with the people after this man receives a proper burial. To honor sacrifice, I must do what I can to buoy their hope. Jeez. Gleipnir has been sighted in various locales, and though we are reviewing every report, we suspect most are erroneous. Fear is a way of making one jump at shadows. It will take some time before we have determined which reports merit a more involved investigation. Until then, I ask that you stay vigilant and keep your eyes peeled for any sign of the blasphemy. Okay, I noticed that the Moogle was still there. I'm really curious. Can you actually, like, use that Moogle at any time, as long as you have the tomes? Oh, you can. That's pretty cool. Alright. Let's head back to Tavernier. It's still really inexpensive from here, which is nice. It's actually cheaper from here than it is from Doma. I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Yeah, it is. I don't know why, but I guess it is. Alright, we'll do magical DPS now. I guess that'll flow nicely into healer. You know, do both magical at the same time. Plus, I want to go to Ishgard. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have done it in the order you see the cities. That would have been nice. I'll probably do that for the rest of them. Ah, my Lord Hayes. I've awaited your coming. The phenomenon wherein men turn into monsters. It pains to say that Ishgard has not been spared. A dread blasphemy has appeared in the Holy See, and to compound the people's horror, the beast resembles a dragon. Of course, it is imperative that it be vanquished without delay, and to that end we have begun assembling a hunting party. Given that fear and despair may turn our allies against us, we are being stringent in whom we choose for this duty. Yet while we have confidence in the quality of our knights, the mission will greatly benefit for the presence of a battle mage, one who could stand unflinching in the face of our fell quarry. We will be hard-pressed to find an individual who fits that description better than you. Will you not lend us your strength and skill? We are in your debt. Just a moment while I relay the glad tidings to command. It is settled. Upon arriving in Ishgard, please take yourself to the Aetheryte Plaza. Lord Artoriel will be there to receive you. May the Fury speed your way. Actually, Artoirel. What's up, droid? I turned and looked at chat and that's all I saw. What's up, homie? You gonna give me a hug? Hayes, I've been expecting you. Words cannot well express how heartening it is to have you fighting beside us. Yeah, man, I miss Ishgard. When are you gonna fix this place up, though? Look, man, you can still see the rubble. Allow me to echo that sentiment. Look, if you do, there's a quest line that you can do, and I think it's part of Ishgard Restoration. I'm pretty sure it's part of Ishgard Restoration, but all it does is fix the broom. It does literally nothing for the rest of the city. Look at this place, man. Can we clean this shit up? Allow me to echo that sentiment. Amrex just running a garbage dump of a city. Look at this shit. Greetings, my friend. Lest you wonder, Lord Artuarel and I are leading the effort to deal with the blasphemy. With your capable self in the fold, I have no doubt that we shall succeed. Without further ado, I shall brief you on the situation. It was a handful of days after the first beast appeared in Radzat Han. We get a flashback. An Elizabeth man was observed at the hoplon in the pillars, walking with an unsteady gait. All of a sudden, he buckled over as if in pain, and before anyone knew what was happening, he had transformed into a terrible, draconic beast. Okay, let me tell you right now, because a lot of the headache pain is going away and I feel a little goofy. If you want to know the secret to my heart, it is any remix of Dragon Song. Okay, this song is doing a lot for me right now. Dragon Song is probably my favorite Final Fantasy song ever. Heaven's Word is my favorite Final Fantasy game ever. So there's a lot that's happening in my body right now. That's what I'm saying. Like, why didn't it fix the rest of the city? Do we gotta get a whole ass beast tribe out there? A crafting beast tribe to fix it? All of a sudden, he buckled over as if in pain, and before anyone knew what was happening, he had transformed into a terrible, draconic beast. You need Bob the Builder in this city, man. Oh, look at it. Wow. That thing looks cool as fuck. At the mere sight of this, many who chanced to be present also turned, and regrettably the Temple Knights were forced to put them down. The blasphemy itself, however, took wing and fled. Profane Fafnir. Ooh, good choice. We have chosen to call it, after the Dragon Man of Ishgardian myth. Since that day, the beast has often been sighted in the skies above Ishgard. It does not attack, only circles menacingly for a time ere disappearing again. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Fafnir is a boss in Stone Vigil Hard. I think. Hold on. Let me double check that. Stone Vigil Hard. No, I'm wrong. It's Giruvagaga Nagugu. Fafnir. Hold on. FF14 Fafnir. Ah, okay. It's a hunt. Fafnir is a hunt. You can also find Fafnir in Eureka. What? I don't remember that. That's cool. Wine and honey. Oh, okay. The one in Eureka is... Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is really cool. And, you know, this is a lore stream. So Fafnir, the real Fafnir, is a hunt in... Huh. Oh, no, it's only in Eureka. Okay, never mind. FF14. Okay, never mind. It's only in Eureka. I thought it was a hunt in an area. They kind of worded it weird. But it's actually that Fafnir is a void scent. Listen to this. As the old saying goes, every worm's ending is just a void sentence worm's beginning. Banish this particularly vicious example and remember that no one's to blame, except the adventurers that killed the High Dragon, whose dying breath summoned forth this monstrosity. That's really cool. So I wonder if maybe Fafnir was in like a 1.0 thing. Maybe you see him, you know, back then. But what's really cool is that the one you fight in Eureka is a void scent. Wow. Did not know that. Look at me learning, getting some lore on the side, midstream. Since that day, the beast has often been sighted in the skies above Ishgard. It does not attack, only circles menacingly for a time ere disappearing again. Alas, these brief visitations are enough to cause more people to turn, for fear and panic to spread further. As part of our investigation, we have sought to identify the man who became the blasphemy, but thus far we have learned naught. We have, however, identified a common thread between those who subsequently turned. All were people of fervent faith, people such as priests and inquisitors. Really? Maybe they're scared of something. Ah, okay, yeah. Yeah, that has to be it. When the truth of our nation's history was laid bare, the legitimacy of the church was called into question. Many Ishgardians struggled to reconcile the revelations within their beliefs, and none more so than the pious. Such men and women, we posit, will be more susceptible to despair, and therefore the transformation. Okay, so the people of the church are questioning themselves, and the apocalypse is just kind of like making it worse on them. And when presented with something that might actually kill them, it just sends them into, it sends them over. We must find a way to stop it. Ishgard has only just emerged from a 1,000-year war, and we cannot suffer another great tragedy, much less so soon. In order to attain a better understanding of the situation, we intend to speak with a member of the clergy, the sole individual who survived witnessing the blasphemy's birth without being turned. Clem is his name, and he is a deacon at St. Raymundo's Cathedral. Let us seek him out there at once. You know what I kind of want to do as well? I kind of want to use my expansion outfit for each of the role quests, but I don't know. I think it's too late. It's kind of cool seeing Hayes get older. But I just want an excuse to use this outfit again, because this is like one of my favorite outfits that I made. Alright, so that's up top. So this is the, I know you were asking, Sin, about the glasses tip emote. It's this quest right here. And I haven't done it yet. Lord Aymeric, Lord Artoriel, and the Savior of Ishgard besides. You do me a great honor. I am Clem, and I serve as a deacon here in St. Raymundo's Cathedral. I understand you were among those of the Hopland when the incident occurred. We give thanks to the Fury for your merciful preservation. Controller disconnected. We now seek to prevent the blasphemy from wreaking further havoc, and would appreciate any details you can provide. Loath though we are to make you recall unpleasant memories, will you not recount to us what you witnessed that day? Very well. We are presently relocating the vault's libraries to the cathedral, in case you were unaware. We had finished delivering a batch of tomes, and were out on our way to bring over another. As we approached the Hoplon, we noticed a young man walking unsteadily. No sooner had he come to an abrupt halt that he transformed into a draconic beast. Being fixed us with a menacing glare. It was all we could do to find our wits and flee. But to my compounding horror, my brethren who were with me began turning into monstrosities as well, one after another. Praise the fury that you, at least, were spared, Deacon Clem. I cannot imagine how frightening the experience must have been. Who? Monsieur Vartanois. Forgive me if I interrupt. I was informed that our stalwart protectors were present and wish to express my gratitude. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for your service. I pray that we shall soon be free of this scourge. Indeed, if there is aught we might do to aid your efforts, you need but say it. You are most kind, Your Grace. Who? That was Bishop Vartanois, the head of St. Raymundo's and a member of the Synod. I almost said the Synod. The Synod. With the seat of the Archbishop vacant, he is, in effect, the highest authority in the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. Okay, but that doesn't matter now. Right? Because Ishgard is a democracy now. This is so. Yet in spite of his elevated station, he remains as kind and humble Yet, in spite of his elevated station, he remains as kind and humble a man as any I have ever known. Like his grace, I would do all that I can to help shepherd our people through this uncertain time. To that end, there is a request I would make of you, if you can spare a moment to consider it. Of course. If it is within our power, we shall be glad to offer you aid. Thank you. In the wake of the transformations, a group of clergymen fled the city in fear. Yet they sought refuge in the wilderness. They put themselves at the mercy of the elements and fell fiends both. Given that the cause of the transformation is not clear, I think theirs was a decidedly unwise decision. I wish to set out and find them, but I am not trained in the ways of war. As such, I require those who are to accompany me in the search. So that is the way of it. Suffice it to say, we will help. You know whither your fellows may have been headed. The Western Highlands, I believe. Between Grogagny Mills and Hemlock. There's no shortage of abandoned dwellings in the area. Very well. Time being of the essence, I propose we split up and scour separate areas. Hayes, if you could escort the good deacon to Grogagny Mills, and Lord Artorwell and I will tend to Hemlock. It's a falcon's nest. This is my least favorite teleport in the game. Because everything important that you do in this area is literally on the other side of the map. There's not a single important thing that you do next to the Aetheryte. It sucks. All the materials that you need to gather are here. The dungeon's over here. The other two areas are over here. All the quests are either here or here. It's a pain. I'll take the bridge for old time's sake. Yeah, this entire section of the map might as well not exist. I love Heavensward so much, man. Take me back to when I was doing this for the first time. I will always regret. I think I may have told this story on stream before, but my biggest regret is a friend of mine who also played S4. I won't drop names at the moment, but when Heavensward dropped, he played FF14 like religiously. And still did for a while. I think he may have stopped during Shadowbringers, but he was a big FF14 fan. And I remember I saw the trailer for Heavensward, and I thought it was cool, right? And I saw there was like Alexander in the trailer or something. I remember seeing people moving through like machinery and whatnot, and I thought it was like really cool. And I was like, wow, you know, I played the beta of this. It's cool to see where it's going. The first big expansion, well, the second big expansion for FF14, but the first expansion for A Realm Reborn. Like, that's really fucking cool. I'm not playing it. And then I remember he hit me up and was like, oh my god, you gotta try FF14, it's so good. Or you gotta play it again, rather. It's so good. I will pay for your sub so you could play with me. And it would have been around Heavensward time, right? Like, Heavensward was about to launch when this was happening. And it was like, I don't know. I don't really like MMOs. I burn out on them too quickly, etc., etc. And I denied it over and over again. He asked me multiple times, and I denied it every single time. And I will always regret it because I had the opportunity to experience Heavensward as it was coming out. And Heavensward is now my favorite Final Fantasy game of all time. So I'm kind of sad that I didn't get to experience it when it was current, despite having a perfect opportunity to. That you should choose to abide in such harsh conditions. You! Ah, I see you found them. Yes, and none the worse for wear, thank the Fury. My friends, forgive us if we have given cause for alarm. We have come out of concern for your well-being, not alarum, Inconsistencies. But we understand why you quit the city. We fear you may have placed yourselves at greater risk by coming here. His Grace Bishop Vartanois, too, worries for your health, and prays for your swift return. So please, will you not allow us to escort you to the Holy See? I assure you, you will be much safer there than in this wretched place. Uh-oh, here we go. Servants of the Fury will never be safe in the city. Don't you see? This is your fault. You and your accursed revolution. The people disdain us, mock us behind our backs, and spit in our faces. And now someone is conspiring to transform us into monstrosities. Enemies of the church, I'll wager, emboldened by your deeds. So no, I will not go back to Ishgard. I'd sooner freeze to death than suffer your pity. Fucking dumbass. What? All I have ever done was in service to her. I am a good man. I do not... She cannot forsake me. Haloni Preserve! Look at him throwing it back too, Jesus. Hayes, we cannot allow him to harm any others. Give chase and do what you must. We will remain here and keep the others calm. Do I need to wear a sign on my forehead that says, please do not freak the fuck out? So you can stop people from turning? Deacon Clem, please do what you can to assure them. Yes, of course. Do not worry about us. See to the beast. You cannot have gotten far. Are you gonna help? All shall be well, my friends. Come, join me in prayer. You're just gonna pull out your sword and stand there, huh? Okay. Thanks, Artorial. Your brother is literally on the front lines and you're just gonna stand there and do nothing. Alright. Still speaking English. Oh my god, I just had a thought. Okay, so if Void Scent... I'm pretty sure all Void Scent come from the World of Darkness, right? If Void Scent come from the World of Darkness... Are they the products of an imbalance in their shard's ether? Right? Because the World of Darkness is the 12th, right? I think it's the 12th. Or the 11th. One of the two. So I wonder if their world's destruction... Although, all we know of the World of Darkness is that it's a world 100% consumed by darkness. We don't know if there was an equivalent to the final days there, but does it have to be the final days? Because the final days are happening across all shards, correct? So it wouldn't have been the final days, but I wonder if an apocalyptic event, you know, just how people were turning into Sin Eaters, although that was, you know, dying from a Sin Eater's attack, but I wonder if their apocalypse was turning them into Void Scent, and then they were like spilling over into our world, because everything that we've seen so far has been a fucking Void Scent. At least it's the same model. I'm just spitballing. I don't know if that's actually going to be what happens, but that would be kind of cool if I'm on track with that one. Is it done, Hayes? My thanks. What happened is most regrettable, but we must be grateful that no one else came to harm. While you were gone, the Deacon was able to convince the others to return to the city. Let's escort them back at once, and then reconvene at the... You nervous over there, buddy? and then reconvene at the congregation to consider our next course of action. For our purposes, we have use of the strategy room. Announce yourself to the guard without, and he will show you in. No, I'm sorry. The World of Darkness is the 13th. I think it's the 13th. But yeah, it'd be kind of cool if, like, that's where Void Scent come from. It's just an imbalance of ether causing people to transform, and then somehow the ones from the 13th spilled over into our world, and we just call them Void Scent, right? Although we've seen Void Scent that are more sentient than others, right? I mean, it seems like the blasphemies can speak, right? So if my theory is correct, I wouldn't be surprised if Void Scent could speak if they were smart enough or had enough resolve, like some Kingdom Hearts shit. But for example, all of the NPCs during the Halloween event, those are all Void Scent. Like the evil guys. Those are all Void Scent. So, like, we've seen, like, humanoid Void Scent before. Here we shall discuss our plans to deal with the blasphemy. Whensoever you wish to enter, you need but say so to the guard. And then, in the role quests, if you've done the all the role quests, the final one that you get after that, you fight, it's the same guy that you see in, Weeping City of Mahak. But, you fight like that dude, and he's kind of humanoid, and I believe he was also speaking English, so, like, I don't know. I'm just gonna... Lest you wonder, we have taken the clergyman to St. Raymondo's to rest and recover. If truth be told, the thought that they may still succumb to despair and turn remains at the forefront of my mind. Yet the risk will be greater still if we were to keep them at arm's length and deny them the comfort of the church. Indeed. In the words he spoke, that Inquisitor yearned for the days of old. He and others like him can scarcely be blamed. Since the truth of the nation's founding and the Archbishop's machinations were made public knowledge, the church has been in turmoil. Though we have made great strides in separating religion and state, there has been far less progress in the reformation of the church. For our faith has been everything to us, our purpose and our comfort. It is not an easy thing to reconcile one's beliefs with the betrayal of our spiritual leaders. Thus, torn between their hearts and minds, many Ishgardians feel lost, and none more so than members of the clergy, whose faith was once unshakable. Little wonder, then, that the most dedicated and devout are like to turn. So it seems. But further investigation is needed, ere we draw a definite conclusion. With the war's end, Ishgard has set out on a new path. The choices we make now shall determine our course for the future. And what may, we dare not squander the chance we have fought so hard to attain. Once the returned clergymen have sufficiently calmed down, we shall have the deacon speak with them, so we might gain insight into their individual plights. Good. Meanwhile, I shall take the opportunity to brief any men on recent developments. Pray take a moment's rest, my friend. You have earned it. When you are ready to continue our work, you may seek us out here. Alright. Oh, that's right, Summoner's 90, so I can keep going. We're going to do Astro Healer. So we're heading back to Thavnir. I guess with how much I teleport to Thavnir, like, I might as well make that my home. See, I like to make the main city for the expansion my home, but I don't think Thavnir's the main city, is it? I mean, I guess it is, but like it's the crafting city. It's not the main city. I probably should make it my home though. See, I could like squeeze by when like it wasn't as important to be in those older areas, but like if I'm gonna be in this expansion for the next 8 months, I might as well make the crafting city my home. Alamegan delegate to Radzahan has grim news to convey. If you're ready to lend us your aid, I'll apprise you of the situation. We've received reports of a creature believed to be a blasphemy stalking the streets of Alamigo. Troops have been assigned to track and slay the beast, but there are likely to be casualties. with most of our healers posted elsewhere. We had thought to petition you for aid. What was that other option? Sounds like you need better soldiers, not healers. What the fuck? Once again, we are in your debt. We shall inform Commander Alden forthwith. My comrades in the Immortal Flames will be glad to have you watching over them. You see, as there have been no sightings of any blasphemies in our lands, we have joined our Alamegan allies in their hunt for the Fiend. Trouble is, the majority of our own healers are working day and night to treat the Tempered Imperials captured at Pogglethon. For that reason, we too will be glad of your help. Aye, your presence alone will be of great comfort to the troops, I'm sure. As time is of the essence, I ask that you make your way to the Alamegan quarter and report for duty. Commander Alden is overseeing the hunt. He will explain all upon your arrival. May Ralgor grant you strength. The Blasphemy Hunter. It's a badass name. That should be a title. Blasphemy Hunter? That'd make a really good title. Alright, let me Star Wars Episode 2 my way through the city. Was it Episode 2? No, it must have been like 5 or something, right? With the speeder bikes. Ah, Master Nada. We were told you were on your way, but this is even quicker than expected. I'll tell Commander Alden you've arrived. But one moment, please. Glad you could join us. The homie, man. I love Raban. I appreciate that we've a far greater crisis to worry about. We cannot afford to ignore the situation here either. Aye, I'd like nothing more than to hear about your recent adventures, but I'm afraid such pleasantries will have to wait. Look at that thing! I love it! As our man in Thavnir will have told you, a blasphemy is loose in Alamiga. When it first appeared, the city guard were able to get most of the bystanders to safety, and for a mercy, those caught in the chaos only suffered minor injuries. But the fiend managed to escape and has not been seen since. We must find it, and soon, for as long as it remains at large, every man, woman, and child is at risk. As was the case in Thavnir, the blasphemy's very existence seems to spur the creation of lesser beasts. The longer it is allowed to roam free, the more tragedy our people will suffer. Did anyone see the change? Aye, there were several eyewitnesses who gave the same account. A man walking through the Alamegan quarter fell to his knees all of a sudden, and a moment later transformed into the monstrosity we now pursue. Beyond the fact he was a young Highlander, we know next to nothing about him. Even the descriptions of his appearance are too vague to help identify the lad. We have no clues as to his name or background. For all we know, he might not have been born in Alamigo. Might have been the son of refugees come to visit. There are other possibilities we're investigating, though. That said, I doubt his circumstances are unique. Blasphemies and beasts are born when men are overcome by despair. Whatever drove him to turn likely could have done the same to another. Therefore, if we are to prevent further tragedies, it is imperative that we identify and address the underlying cause. Until we do, we'll have no choice but to deal with the afflicted the only way we know how, by granting them a quick death. For now, I would have you join the hunt and keep my men from falling prey to these creatures. Are you up to it? You have my thanks. And as chance would have it, we've just received word that a number of beasts were spotted on the outskirts of Alagana. Troops stationed there have already put them down, but were wounded in the process. First and foremost, they need medical attention, and that's where you come in. I'll meet you there. Alright, I'm ready to deliver medical attention. I'm ready to cast Helios on people. You have to do that for some of the quests. You have to cast like Helios on some soldiers. Oh, it might actually make me do it. Although the soldiers were able to lead the beast away from the village and cull a lot of them, victory did not come easily. At times like these that our lack of healers is most sorely felt. I dare say they've yet to receive any treatment at all. See to their wounds while I survey the area for any stragglers that may have escaped. Once I've completed my patrol, I'll head to the village to gather eyewitness reports. Look for me thereafter. Oh! That's actually cool. It's gonna do the cast, for me. Gods be good. I feel reborn. Hold on. You're Hayes, aren't you? I can't believe it. You're the one who inspired me to join the Resistance in the first place. And now you've come to save me in my hour of need. I'll never forget this. Thank you. Thank you. No problem. I saw them change. Right before my eyes. Those weren't monsters I killed, but innocent men. But it had to be done. There were others we had to protect. Thanks to you, I can continue to do just that. Once I've made my way back, I'll give a full account. The families, they'll understand. Arnvold! It was good of you to come all this way, though I never doubted for a moment that you wouldn't. The homie, man. After all you've done for the people of Garabania, we couldn't ask for more. And yet here you are. For treating the wounds of those soldiers, you have my thanks. And theirs too, no doubt. It seems they were indeed successful in slaying all the beasts. If my search is any indication. But we must remain vigilant. I can't speak. I've also spoken with several people who witnessed the moment of the transformation. The ordeal has understandably left them rather shaken. I hear you've been through a fair few ordeals yourself, Hayes. As for me, I've been kept busy with this and that, like getting the hang of this wheelchair. Obviously it has its limitations, but it gets me where I need to go. I've been working with this new organization as well, which is what brought me here. But no sooner had I arrived than these locals turned. It's the orc with Fordola. I guess Fordola was cooking something up. Ragnfried, I heard you were there when it happened. What can you tell us? The ones who underwent the change are the very people we were trying to help. Perhaps I should explain from the beginning. The meeting Lise held in the royal palace marked a turning point for all of Garabania. Albania? It spurred us to open a dialogue with peoples and communities we otherwise would have shunned. There's still so many problems to be addressed, countless souls struggling to build new lives for themselves. I decided to form a volunteer group, the Silver Griffins. Our main concern is the welfare of Alamegans who sided with the Empire, for whatever reason, and helping them find their place in society. In particular, the surviving families of the Crania Lupi. That's probably what Fordola's working on. But I thought you despised the skulls. Make no mistake, I've not forgiven them. I don't have that in me, and I doubt I ever will. But the memory of that day in the palace, Fordola asking to be locked up again after saving us all, stayed with me. Got me to thinking about why she and the other youths would commit such atrocities, why they'd swear to serve the Empire. And the answer was simple. Because they'd seen what we'd seen and suffered much the same. In a hell where all were condemned, they chose to betray one brother to save another. That's how the Garleans win. Not by breaking you, but by making you break yourself. By making that choice the right one for a man at the end of his tether. Healing only begins with liberation. Some scars never will, regardless. Those who've returned from foreign lands may have difficulty carving out a living here, but the ones who pledge allegiance to Garlemald, This is not the Alamiga we dreamed of. But after 20 years of misery, I'll not see it all thrown away because we can't come to terms with the past. That's why I formed the Silver Griffins, to see that no one is cast aside. It's a cause I support, and it's what brought me here today. I've been acting as a mediator. And in the short time he's been with us, he's proven himself a natural. But despite our early successes, the families of the Skulls continue to refuse our help. I think I see where this is leading. They're the ones who turned, yes? Fuck, man. Comes as no surprise. Their kin tormented and murdered fellow Alamegans. Anyone with a conscience would feel shame and guilt. Some, it might be too much to bear. I think I might know where they're turning us away. It's a sensitive matter, though, so let's go somewhere where we won't be overheard. It's about one of the men who turned. I saw his memories. With the echo. I'll not pretend I understand it, but tell us what you learned. I only caught a glimpse, but that was enough. It was during the occupation. A man raising his son. Only the two of them, but they were a family. To keep his boy clothed and fed, he chose to side with the Empire. He knew what others would say, but he did it anyway. So he was branded a traitor. Every day his son listened to the jeering, the insults. There was nothing he could do. When he came of age, he joined the Skulls in hope it would make life easier for his father. He never dared to question his orders, no matter how depraved. He died in the revolution, but not before killing his own countrymen. His father wept not for the betrayer and murderer, but for the man he could have been. He blamed it all on himself right up until the change took him. Damn. I can only pray he and his boy have finally found the peace they were denied in life. Alas, theirs is an all too familiar tale. They cannot forgive themselves, nor can they see how anyone else could. The sins of their kin weigh heavy on them. They think themselves undeserving of our compassion. If they carry on like that, they'll turn into beasts. We've got to help them before it's too late. Growing up half Garlean and Alamigo, I know how it feels to be shunned and hated. To hate myself. So long as we give ourselves and others a chance, we can change for the better. And while I might not be as clever or eloquent as someone like Alphino, I know I can make a difference. I might not be quite the swordsman I used to be, but I'm still a fighter at heart. And I owe it to Aaba and Auli to make the most of this life so long as I've got it. We Silver Griffins will give our all to see that no more beasts or blasphemies ravage Garabania again. So, Commander Alden, do we have your approval to continue our work? Of course. There's no enemy more formidable than despair. I'd be a fool to refuse your help. But even a single one of our people has succumbed to this transformation is proof of our failure to protect them. Therefore, I pledge the Silver Griffins my unconditional support. Together, we will prevail. Now that we have Haze on hand to aid the troops, I believe we are ready to face any beast we encounter. Though I fear it is only a matter of time before others appear, I ask that you lend the Silver Griffins your assistance in the meantime. Very good. For now, let's return to the city. Oh, okay. We didn't really do much. There. Those who harbor guilt do so not because they are weak of heart, but because they have failed to meet the demands they make of themselves. Huh. It was the same for me when I believed that my failures had led to the Sultana's assassination. The despair and self-loathing were indescribable. I was fortunate that you and the other Scions came to my rescue, but I had friends who convinced me I was more than the sum of my worst mistakes. Now we must do the same for the people of Alamigo. We must help them to heal and find the strength to, if not forgive, then come to terms with who we were, so that we can look to who we can be, who we should aspire to be. This is precisely why the work of the Silver Griffins is so vital. Though our problems are not new, the emergence of this deadly phenomenon means we cannot afford to delay addressing them any longer. We will be better for it, ultimately. Once we have decided a course of action, you'll be the first to know. Till then, may Ralger watch over and keep you. Alright. And then last, but certainly not least, I'm going to be doing the ninja one. Ah, Hayes. On behalf of Admiral Blofisvin. Blofisvin? Blofisvin. I thank you for your many deeds in service to Limsa Lominsa. We have received troubled tidings that beasts akin to those that plague Radzat have been sighted on the Lenosian coast. The Admiral has mustered the Maelstrom, in hopes of quelling the threat. Yet there is much we do not understand about our foe, and as such, your expertise in this arena would be a great boon to us. Will you help us? Excellent. The Admiral will be heartened to have your knowledge and martial prowess on her side, I am certain. Pray set sail for Limsa as soon as you are able. The Secretariat at Maelstrom Command will apprise you of the details upon your arrival. Set sail, they say. Yeah, okay, buddy. I'll set sail. Land ho! Oh man, sorry. Maelstrom Command. I'm stupid. Alright, well, it's too late now. I'm not going back to the ether, right? I managed to escape the Limsa Lominsa Aetheryte Plaza without somebody saying something wacky in chat. I'm gonna take this as a win. I could have just gone through there, couldn't I? Went all the way around for no reason. Ah, our man in Radzat told us to expect you. Oh, from the Admiral of your arrival. Glad you could join us, Hayes. I only wish we were under better circumstances. The grave news from the bounty has not escaped our ears. Tears begin to imagine the horrors you have witnessed there. It pains me to say the selfsame hell has come to Vilbrand. Fell beasts born of deepest despair have been sighted all throughout our island. Tell them what we know. The first report came a few days ago, from one of our men patrolling Skull Valley. He spoke of a fearsome creature unlike any native to our shores. While we had our suspicions, it was only later that a connection to the final days was confirmed by a most unlikely source, Sahagin. We have been treating their temper for some time now, and many have made a full recovery. Owing to this, some factions are eager to improve diplomatic relations with Limsa. Our It is one such faction that has provided the most comprehensive reports in all the. It is one such faction that has provided the most comprehensive reports in all their alarming detail. You speak of a most dreadful sight. Their spawn brothers transforming into a horrific beast before their very eyes. Indeed, it is far too similar to the incidents at Radzat to be a mere coincidence. Wow, so like nobody's safe from this shit. If our assumptions are correct, the first and most formidable of the beasts, a blasphemy as it was decided we would call them, prowls our waters as we speak. Fortunately, there have been no sightings of the blasphemy within the city. Nevertheless, if we are to spare our people the horror that befell Radzat, the fiend must be dealt with, and quickly. Hey, what's up, Shiro? I hope I'm winning. I feel like I'm losing. I have this awful headache. Despite our investigative efforts, we remain very much in the dark as to the precise nature of the threat we face. Were we to recklessly dispatch large numbers of troops, we'd run the risk of having our own men corrupted. You can well imagine the carnage that would ensue. As such, Admiral Blofusvin has decided to keep those involved to a minimum, and lead the investigation herself. And I would have you at my side. What say you? Oh, absolutely. 100%. You don't even gotta ask. Don't even give me the dialogue option. Hayes is already ready to go. You have my thanks. We will depart at once to meet with our Sahagan allies and gather what knowledge we can. We may devise a proper plan of attack. You are due to arrive at South Tidegate soon. I'll go ahead and wait for you there. Merwood might not be my favorite city-state leader, but she's definitely up there. 100%. She's definitely in the top 3. I think my favorite, I mean, if it counts, might have to be Hien or Raha. I don't know if Raha can count though, because he's not really the leader of Crystarium anymore. Right? So, oh, I'm sorry. Raban is cool though. I do like Raban. He's probably 4th if I had to rank him. It's well past our agreed upon meeting time, but the Sahagan are nowhere to be seen. They do not seem the sorts to break their word. This bodes ill. Let us leave this place to the guards and search Halfstone for any sign of them. Ah, shit, here we go. What is this thing? Nola's in danger. Quickly, to his aid. Oh, you got this one? Alright. I'm coming, Noel. Oh, is Noel the, is Noel the dude's son? His fins are red. It's been so long since I've done the Sahagan Beast Tribes. Like, it's been a long fucking time. I guess all of their fins are red, but like, your fins are striking. You're the one who's trying to lead the resistance, right? Or something like that. Or are you the leader? You might be the leader. I think Noel is just the leader. Psh, many thanks, Shorewalker. Pray tell, is my companion safe? Shh, the Admiral herself comes to our aid. Glad tidings indeed. You too have my boundless gratitude for shaving my life. Let us quit this place before those beasts return. Hold on. Noel is either the leader or the leader's son. I just need to confirm something. Okay, I think Noel is one of the sons. Relieved I am to see the both of you safe. Everyone's still alive. Good. But not if we stay out here too long. Inside, quickly.
Thank you, my friend. Those ghastly beasts would have made short work of us had you not intervened. And yet, it brought me no joy to watch them die. For unbelievable as it may sound, until a short time ago, they were none other than our very own Spawn brothers. At first we thought them merely cursed, but our talismans and magics availed us not. Aye, this was no curse. It was an evil like no other. Innocent souls transformed against their will into unholy beasts called blasphemies. Blasphemies. Pray, tell us more. That would be your area of expertise, Hayes. Turned into beasts by the power of despair. This is horrifying indeed. And thus far, the phenomenon here in Lenosha has been limited to the Sahagin. Why is that? I cannot say. Yet I wonder if the crushing tide are involved in some way. I know not of this crushing tide. Word of them has yet to reach you, I see. It all began when the Indigo Matriarch, the queen of our kind, was stricken with a grave malady. Tragic as this was, there was one small Shalish. She was not fond of shore walkers and so deprived of her leadership. More of my kind came to see the wisdom in making peace with Limzilla Minza. There remain, of course, those who would oppose our cause. They formed a group called the Crushing Tide. Even now, they seek to summon the Lord of the Whirl anew, and consign all finless ones into the briny deep. However, they lack the crystals necessary to do so. Denied the power they crave, they can do naught but gnash their teeth in desperation. And you suspect these feelings of helplessness are the cause of their transformations? Just so. Those of our Spawn brothers who turned into those beasts had been fraternizing with the Crushing Tide. Despite our differences, we cannot abandon our kin to such a cruel fate. Yet we must be careful not to drive them to still deeper despair. Yes, we must consider the situation carefully, lest we bring destruction upon all our kind. Tell me this, are the Crushing Tide even now under Leviathan's thrall? If freed from their drowned state, might they not listen to reason? Were it only so simple. All but a few are long since cured. They walk this path of their own free will. In that case, they may yet be dissuaded from their present course. For the sake of our nascent alliance, we will do all we can to save your brethren. Fortunately, a most capable ally stands with us. This man has bested many a formidable foe, including Leviathan. Psh, the great Hayes Nada in the flesh! Honored am I to stand in your presence. Okay, so we've never met this guy, never mind. This is not who I think it was. Together we will weather the storm, and usher in a new age of harmony. This, I swear. There's much to be done. For now, let us return to our homes and prepare as best as we can for the trials ahead. Should we discover aught of value, we'll be sure to share it with you. I ask that you do the same. Indeed we shall. Until such time, I watch over my Spawn bros and pray no more succumb to the change. Peace out, man. Always Limza. I always forget that the ether ride for Limza is on like a completely different plane of existence than everything else that I actually need. I gotta get out of here before somebody says something out of pocket in shout chat. Okay. Welcome back. Thanks to you and Null, I now possess a proper understanding of the challenge we face. There's a daunting task that lies before us. We'll continue to cooperate with the Sahagin to learn all we can. Once we have located the blasphemy, I will have need of your strength. Until then, I ask that you remain at the ready. Clearly the storm clouds have only begun to gather. Alright, now I can do some of the rest of them, but I think I'm going to stick with my idea. And we will do the 86 role quests when I hit 86 in the MSQ. It'll be the very first quest that I hit 86 on is when I'll do the role quests. So
Thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna teleport to Radzenhan. I'm gonna call it here. I did start like crazy late today because I felt super out of it. I might snack on something and go straight to bed, honestly. But yeah, thank you for stopping by. Let me see what level quest is here. It should be 85, I'm pretty sure. It's 86. Okay, well, fuck. I guess in that case, like, I mean, all I got to level is Paladin or Gunbreaker and Bard, which shouldn't take that long just to hit level 86. Honestly, that's something I could probably do tomorrow before the stream. So, but thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Sorry, I was kind of out of it today. I might be out of it tomorrow, to be honest with you. But I will try not to be. It's just been wacky past couple of days, so I'm gonna see if I can get some sleep, get a snack in me, and I'll catch you guys next time I stream. I'm not gonna say tomorrow because my track record recently has not been great. So have a good one, guys. Peace.